Welcome back to episode 5 of the Seattle Sentinels NHL 21 franchise. We pick it up at the end of the regular season. I think this episode is going to cover just clean up the playoffs, awards, retirements, and then do the player draft, and we'll cut it there. I'm trying to keep these episodes on the shorter side and roughly equal in length. So I usually do first half of the season, second half of the season, playoffs and cleanup, and then free agency tends to be kind of its own thing as a fairly busy chunk because that involves a lot of like planning out the roster and stuff. So that's kind of how I break it down. So this will cover basically April through what, June or July, up towards July. Um, so we will sim out a few weeks. I also want to keep an eye on how my minor league team does. They technically made the playoffs, so I'm at least a little curious to see how they do. So let's get things started. At least until my minor league team is eliminated, I'm going to follow. And actually, it looks like they were eliminated because they're not. I'm not seeing second round games for them. So just make sure. And correct, we lost in 5 games. So congratulations to Laval. Oh well, these things happen. All right, now our official obligations to the 2020-2021 season are over. So let's sim out towards the end of the playoffs and get that good stuff done. Let's take a quick look at the draft class. We don't know where we're picking yet, but I think we're picking. I mean, we got number 3 in terms of our standings. So, we got a franchise playmaker wing at number 1 overall, and then we've got 3 pretty decent and elite high at number 2. This might be a draft class where I might consider moving up if the opportunity presents itself, because those 2 guys seem like they'd be great guys to pick up. But again, we'll see how the rank. It's equally possible I'll end up with like the number 8 pick and get and then it won't be worth the trouble. Elite medium there. Don't know anything about this guy. Another elite at like number 9, at least going by central scouting. Oh, the other thing I like to check is if my scouts identified any gems. Oh, we have a gem in Norbert. Norbert, really? Norbert Heberlein, or however you'd pronounce that. A playmaking right wing who would be around a second round pick. So, interesting. Well, he's 5'9", he's a little short. Okay, that's all I need to know about the draft for now. Obviously, we'll be doing it in more detail later. But some intriguing options depending on where my picks fall. And the Edmonton Oilers get to win the Stanley Cup. Kind of funny considering the drought they've been in real hockey. And okay, I can feel good about Bobby Ryan getting sent to them and winning a ring with them. Okay, minimum salary cap for next year is $87 million, so that's what, $6 million more than last year. That's pretty nice growth. And a floor of 65. And we are picking 4th. Okay, so I'm sorry, we were second. Yeah, we were second overall. We dropped to 4th. I might see if Chicago or Arizona wants to trade up. I mean, I got a couple extra picks, maybe even clear a spot at left wing or something. We'll see. But I feel like this might be a year to move up, and I only would have to go 2 or 3 spots. So let's take a look when the time comes. I already took a look at the draft class. But still, I mean, even if I stay where I am, 4 is not bad. I think there were still elites that high, but elite high and franchise might be worth a move up. All right, who retired? Hossa at the top. I tend to sort this by games played. So Hossa, Zetterberg, Gaborik, Drew Stafford, Roman Pollock, Derek Roy or Roy. I don't know if we go for the French or the American pronunciation. Wolski, I had one retiree. And, I want to check goalies. Okay, not pretty much nobody important. Zatkov with 48 career games played. Yay. Coach retirement. I'm mostly interested in my guys if I have any. And actually, Santiago Vernarski, I think he was my goalie coach in the minors. He's he's a minor league coach. I'm off the top of my head, I want to say he's the goalie coach. So I have at least one opening on my coaching staff to fill. And Gaborik and Wolski becomes a scout for me. Interesting. All right, I got an extra scout. That's kind of cool. I don't know, just by quirk of fate, I don't think that's ever happened for my team before. I mean, obviously, I've seen players become scouts. That happens all the time, but I've never seemed to have one that retired at the time. So cool. I hope he's good. All right, so let's do our. Let's take a quick. Let's do our draft interviews. I want to go back and look at the awards and stuff, which I kind of forgot to do. All right, if I pick at see Trevor Wong 5'9", he's kind of tiny too. I don't like tiny guys. I'll interview him anyways. Since if we don't get a deal, he's likely going to be the guy who's going to be on the board. We better look at him. And check his readiness, which is always one of my personal favorite things to check. Especially for a first round pick. Is this somebody who's going to drop right into the lineup? No, he needs a few seasons. Let's be optimists. Let's talk to Rohan Weber. He thinks he's ready to make an impact in the NHL now. Okay. Which are my projected picks? I got 213, so that's somewhere in the 40s, and 313 from Montreal. That's right. I gave away my second to Tampa to get Sergachev, which is now turning out to be a little bit of an oof. But then we get Montreal second and third, my third, Nashville's. I got a bunch of threes. So if I want to move up, I got a whole crap ton of threes and even a couple fours. So I can package picks till the cows come home. Which I think is. Let's also look at Rady in case I can't get number 1 overall. Let's do our interview. Do an interview with him. Again, these are all kind of, they're very similar players. They're kind of all like little, you know, fast, scrawny dudes. No big power forward types. Size is the one place where I feel like I'm a little bit weak. But Rady's 6'2". He's a big finesse player, but he's ultimately still a finesse player. I want to check like the actual playstyle comparisons. Magic hands. I really want to get Weber. Wayne Gretzky. Oh, yeah, I want to get him. I don't care how many picks I might have to throw in to get to him, but I need to see if I can get him. No similar style, but he's okay. Skating and physical are C. Chubasov or Chubasov is a Joe Thornton comp. Ryan O'Reilly, kind of tiny Ryan O'Reilly, but Ryan O'Reilly. Between the fact that I'm not enthused about a 5'9" center and the fact that the top two guys are great, I think I'm going to need to look at moving up. It's just going to be necessary. But the one thing we kind of missed out on doing is we never got to look at we never really got to look at like the final standings and all that stuff, and the awards. So let's do that really quickly. I mean, we know Edmonton won, so what was their kind of path to glory? Okay, they ended up 4-2 against the Blues, 4-2 against the Canucks, 4-2 against Colorado, and then 4-1 over the Lightning to win the Stanley Cup. So, congrats to the Edmonton Oilers. Good job. Let's take a look at awards. President's Trophy went to the Flyers. We knew about that. Campbell, all right, these are the team awards. Prince of Wales, okay. Individual awards, more what I care. Barkov won the Ross, we knew that. And Barkov wins the Hart. Okay. The Norris goes to Ryan Ellis. Lady Bing to Huberdeau. I always wonder how the computer calculates, maybe like low penalty minutes or something, since it's sportsmanship and gentlemanly play. The Calder goes to Laffey. Not a big surprise there. Conn Smythe ends up with Connor McDavid. Based on real world achievements, finally. You say Saros wins the Vezina. He was near the top in goals against and save percentage, and he was near the top in wins, but not like the top. William Jennings Trophy, Anderson, but that's based on the team scoring the fewest goals. The Bill Masterson, perseverance, sportsmanship, and dedication to hockey to Jacob Slavin. And Islanders coach Renault, who gets the Jack Adams Award. And the Selke goes to Anze Kopitar. Ted Lindsay gets Barkov for Ted Lindsay. That tends to track with the MVP anyways. And Ovechkin again wins the Richard. 4 out of the last 5 years. Damn. Alright, because I was curious about that. I wanted to see who won the major awards. And I certainly didn't expect any of my guys to be in contention, so no surprises there. Alright. So if we want number 1, we're going to have to jump on this pretty quick. So let's see what we can do. Olenko, Sergachev, and Gould. Let's see if we can get this with picks or... number one, and a pair of threes. Let's try that. Let's see if we can get up to number one. What about next year's number one? Or next year's number two? Let's try next year's number two. I hate to do it. Well, let me see if I can get a player that they would like. Keeping in mind they don't have a lot of time to do this. You know what? Screw it. If he's a Gretzky type player, let's get him. Number one this year, number one next year. It's a hefty price to pay, but let's see if we can get it. Yes! Alright. So we're getting the franchise kid. Rohan Weber. He's a right shot, so his natural position would seem to be right wing. Well, I don't have a first rounder next year, so I hope it's worth it. But franchise, you kind of gotta, if you're in position to go for a franchise guy, you kind of gotta do it. Alright, well, I mean, at this point, I don't necessarily feel the need to like trade back into the first round or anything. So let's, though, while we're waiting, I want to try to get in a position to get that gem. I kind of like the idea of gems and my scouts pointing out a specific guy. Maybe I could take a couple of those threes and get up into the range to take that dude. Don't want to trade in the division though, so let's take a look at Tampa. So let's try to get our old pick back. Or no, let's go up a few spots to make sure we get our guy. So we'll put that on the block and see if they're interested. And they went Shea. Ugh. Or Bear, or Foot, or Ghoul. I don't want the guy that bad. Well, I let myself generally change one item in a trade, so let me see if I can just do 3. And 3. Let's see if we can get that. It's not happening with those guys. Because that gem guy is not going to be there by the time they pick. Well, by the time our pick comes around. What was his deal again? He was like 36 or 37, I think, in the Central Scouting. Well, we also have a goalie in the 50s. Jesper Wallstedt. Yeah, maybe I'll just... Okay, so Arizona gets Rady. That's not a huge surprise. Well, you know what? I think I'm going to sim out to my pick and just either take the goalie and be happy. Xander Chelios is also, he's elite medium DFD. Not very well scouted though. Tempted to go get the guy that my scout's saying is a gem. Just because gems are gems. I don't know. It's kind of interesting. Let me see if I can trade this pick, go down maybe five picks or so, and still get the guy I want. You know what? Just let's take the goalie. We'll go with what our scouts say. Because I do have a fair number of defensemen in the pipeline already, whereas goalie's kind of iffy. Jesper Wallstedt. Alright, he's on board. On to the third round, where I have like 4 picks because of all the trades I made. So, this is going to be interesting. Unfortunately, the crop at where I'm picking, there's no elites. There's a top 9 forward, a top 6 defenseman. We don't get to an elite until Connor Lockhart. He's a 5'8" center. Or Malatesta, also another short guy. Why are we got all these small guys? Mika Rinne is the first kind of big guy. He's at 88 in Central Scouting. So certainly I could get him with one of my later picks. Let's see if anybody wants this pick. Get a 3rd next year, move this pick to next year and pick up a 4th this year. A 3rd and a 6th next year, a 3rd and a 6th next year. That seems to be a common theme. Interesting. Peter Mrazek in a 3rd. Kasparaitis, a top 6 forward. There's a lot of people want this pick, don't they? A 4th next year and Antoni Honka. I think I got so many 3rd round picks I might move this one to next year. Move this just because I still can get the guy I want. But then what's the take that I'm going to do? 2/3 next year? That's not bad. I think I'll do that. I think I'll do 2/3 next year. Alright, so now I got 77, 85, 90, and 98 as a 4th. So I got 4 picks coming up in fairly rapid succession. I mean, obviously Rohan is now the official, the take in all of this. You know, he's the guy. Okay, the scouting recommendation, we've got a star by this guy, so I think we'll go with him. Just, it's 6 of one, half dozen the other. Neither of these guys is scouted well, but this guy was recommended by the scouts, so let's go with him. And Malatesta just kind of rolls off the tongue. Malatesta! Pick 85. Time to make a pick, and it's going to probably be, yeah, Rinne, because he was elite, theoretically. Low elite, but 6'4", big kid, so let's get him. Next we go into, I think, the 80s, or pick 90, I'm sorry. A lot of 3rd rounders. Maxime Pellerin. Leadership, face-offs, quickness. No similar stuff. I guess we'll take him. We're getting to the point where you just go on potential and hope it turns out to be a decent player. Now we're into the 4th round at pick 98. And what do we got? Looks like Tristan Waugh, or Roy, or probably, I think we're going French pronunciation. Tristan Waugh, playmaker, 6'1", he's got some size. Oh, offensive consistency and defensive consistency are weaknesses. He's not consistent in any phase of the game. On the other hand, hard wrist shot, quickness. I mean, there's some stuff to like there. So, oh, did he have a comp? No comp. All right, let's grab him. Next we go up to, I think we stay in the 4th round, and we're at like 116, 117. Yeah. Yep. Okay. What are we looking at here? Okay, Cameron MacDonald. I guess he's the guy. I mean, a bunch of unscouted stuff above me. So that's the first guy with real potential. I mean, again, I'm getting a little heavy on centers, but whatever. Sort all that stuff out. You sort that stuff out later, or you just kind of look for talent at this point. Pick 130. Oh, brother. There's really not much to take, is there? So at this point, we could just go with an unknown guy. Or we could go off of stats. I mean, we didn't draft a left wing yet. Let's look at stats a little bit as a possible indicator. Connor Parker, a 19-year-old left wing, but he's showing his AHL level quality. Logan Morrison. There's a baseball player named Logan Morrison. Again, another center, but he's looking like he might be the best choice here. Ethan Burrows. Again, at some point I don't want to put too much effort into... Okay, wait, here we go. This guy looks like he projects as an offensive defenseman or a two-way. Tyson Hines. 6'1", so he's got decent size. Passing ability and quickness are weaknesses. We only have one defenseman so far in this draft, so let's give this Hines kid the pick. My dog apparently likes that pick. All right. And now we're in, are we the 6th round at this point? Sorry, just wanted, oh yeah, round 6, pick 2. So we should have 2 more picks. I don't think we picked up any low picks in this draft, so correct. We have 2 more picks. So at this point, we're doing scratch-off tickets. We're just trying to find somebody who might be good. Top 4D, starter and goalie, Stanley Romano. Elite low right defenseman, Dmitry Frolov. I guess that's the guy. 5'9", he's kind of tiny, but whatever. Let's go get, The man says elite, we go elite. And last pick potentially. Oh, no, not even potentially. Christopoulos, Simmons, Rappold, Yuri Gas. Don't have any stats on him really. How far? Basically, since it's the 7th round, how far down do we have to go to find somebody with some projection? Top 4 defenseman, 6'5". Oof, big guy. Oh wait, let's just do it this way. I'm being stupid. Sergei Khabibulin or Vyacheslav Nazarov. This guy's got 2 pips of scouting, offensive defenseman, 6'2". Russia's got good strength of composition. Only thing I don't like about him is all his strengths are like the intangibles, and all his actual hockey skills are bad. But all right, Khabibulin it is. That's the man. And that's our draft. I mean, obviously, the single biggest take there is the Rohan Weber. I mean, he better be a day one starter for being a franchise player. Um, Maybe the goalie will be good, but I'm not going to necessarily lose a lot of sleep over it. And then the rest, we just took the best guy available at each slot. So we'll see how it turns out. And that is where we're going to call this episode. We're going to make it a fairly short one. We'll see you next time, and thanks for watching.